Welcome to Kessler Comics Studio, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 epic fight scenes in Invincible. For this list, we'll be looking at showdowns from Season 1 of this animated superhero series. Not even Omni-Man can fight off spoilers, so this is your warning. Which Invincible fight scene blew you away? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Mark becomes invincible. Mark Grayson tests out his new powers in a suit that doesn't quite reflect his awesome potential. While he thwarts Titan, there's room for improvement. After that trial run, Mark is ready to make a more official debut in a sleeker supersuit. Mark has not only gotten a wardrobe upgrade, but he's become more confident in the field as he punches a villain through a building and down a street. The robotized foe doesn't stand much of a chance against Mark. Invincible may come out of this fight unscathed and triumphant. Much like the title card, though, his face is going to look a lot bloodier as the season processes. Number 9. Omni-Man runs the Gauntlet. Episode 7 presents a marathon of obstacles for Nolan Grayson. When you're Omni-Man, however, a marathon is like a brisk jog. Realizing that GDA has been spying on him, Omni-Man mutilates several soldiers and prepares to do the same to Donald, who instead goes out on his own terms. An explosion doesn't faze Omni-Man in the slightest, but Cecil tries to stall him with Reaniman and an enhanced kaiju. Joining the monster battle, Invincible is given a chance to fight alongside his dad. This father-son bonding experience is interrupted by a newly revived Immortal, who has more than a bone to pick with Omni-Man. As Omni-Man rips Immortal to pieces for the second time, Mark begins to see his idol through a different set of eyes. Number 8. Attack of Titan. Although Mark bests him in the pilot, it isn't long until Titan is back on the streets. In this fight, he has the clear upper hand as a group of thugs tries gunning through his stone skin. Brushing off their bullets, Titan uses everything in his path as a blunt weapon. Of course, Titan himself is a human wrecking ball. Simply tossing someone across the room can be fatal. Titan spares one of the younger gang members, telling him to deliver a message. The intimidated kid nevertheless fires another shot at Titan, who's more annoyed than anything else. Titan still lets the kid go, showing that he's not without mercy. Yet, there's still blood on Titan's rocky hands, not to mention holes in his pants. Number 7. The Battle of Mount Rushmore. As hardcore as the violence can be in this show, we occasionally get a fight that harkens back to the days when comic books were more inspiring. This fight feels closer to the golden and silver ages of comics, with an iconic landmark, an over-the-top villain, and less emphasis on blood. We even get some humorous banter between Doc Seismic and Adam Eve. At the same time, the sequence showcases some of the show's best animation as Seismic shatters the ground below, nearly sending a family plummeting into a river of lava. Invincible not only rescues the family but, being a noble hero, attempts to save Seismic as well. Seismic would rather go out in a blaze of glory, though, than accept a hero's help. Number 6. Not so little. Never underestimate your opponent. It's a mistake that several potential recruits make while trying out for the new Guardians. Adam Eve might not be as muscular as her hulking opponent, but she easily wipes the floor with him. Shrinking Ray proves that size doesn't matter, while Black Samson shows that you can save the day without powers. Rexplode learns this lesson the hardest when he badmouths Monster Girl. Although both are already on the team, Rex doesn't understand how a seemingly little girl is qualified. Freeing the beast, Monster Girl gives Rex's body and ego a deserved beating. Even after Monster Girl demonstrates her strength, one hero can't believe it when Invincible punches a little kid. Well, she's actually 24, so it's all good. Number 5. Erathas Evaluation. Just when you thought this show couldn't get any better, Seth Rogen pops up as an alien. No, we're not talking about Paul, but Alan is another chill alien we'd like to hang out with. Before Alan befriends Mark, it looks like an earth-shattering fight is about to unleash. Mistaking Mark for his father, who he clashed with years back, the telepathic alien gets inside his head as they duke it out. Taking advantage of the environment, the fight implements a satellite, the moon, and plenty of open space to throw punches. As heavy as the battle starts out, it ends on a lighthearted note as Alan realizes he got the wrong planet. To be fair, Earth and Urath have most of the same letters. Number 4. Machine Head Ambush. This fight hurts for a variety of reasons. Mark and the audience come to empathize with Titan. This makes it all the more painful when he betrays Mark to assert his place at the top. Invincible finds himself outnumbered by Machine Head's bodyguards. Although Omni-Man is watching from above, he doesn't get his hands dirty. Maybe this was to teach Mark a lesson or because he thought the fight was below him. In any case, Omni-Man presumably calls Cecil, who alerts the Guardians. They still could have used some more backup, as the battle leaves Invincible, Monster Girl, and Black Samson on the brink of death. Machine Head is brought to justice and every Guardian ultimately survives, but this is hardly a victory for our heroes. Number 3. Omni-Man stops the invasion. The second episode sees our heroes go up against the Flaxons several times. You'd think this would get repetitive, but the Flaxons up their game with each attack. Being from another dimension where time flows differently, the Flaxons are able to spend decades perfecting their strategy while Earth is only given a few days to breathe. It eventually gets to the point where Invincible and Teen Team can no longer keep the invasions under control. Making a comeback, Omni-Man shows that he's the only army that Earth needs. Of course, Omni-Man's plans for Earth aren't much different from what he does to the Flaxon homeworld. Draped in hellish imagery, this sequence gives a small taste of what one Viltrumite can do to one planet. Number 2. Well, that escalated quickly. Many viewers suspected that Omni-Man wasn't as virtuous as he lets on, but we weren't expecting him to go full Homelander so quickly. The pilot eases the audience into a false sense of security with its bright colors and humor. Then just as we get to know the Guardians of the Globe on a personal level, Omni-Man takes them all out. Red Rush is stopped dead in his tracks, Aquarius is turned to chum, Green Ghost becomes an actual ghost, Martian Man is stretched out of shape, War Woman has her head turned around, and there isn't any gadget that can save Darkwing. Even Immortal fails to live up to his name. In a flash, 7 of Earth's mightiest fall at the hands of one. Number 1. Mark is Vincible. We both anticipated and dreaded this confrontation. Nolan drops the bombshell that he intends to conquer Earth in the name of the Viltrumite Empire. Mark naturally refuses to join him, but Nolan won't take no for an answer. The carnage that ensues is too unspeakable to describe, and Nolan's indifference to the lives needlessly lost only makes the sequence more haunting. Nolan attempts to literally force his worldview upon Mark. Yet, you could argue that Nolan is also arguing with himself. As we see through a flashback, Nolan has some grasp of what it means to be a human. This encourages Nolan to spare Mark and leave Earth. The physical and emotional scars he's left behind won't be healing anytime soon, though.